Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Twitch, and welcome back for another edition of Lab Rats Culture. I'm very excited for our guest, who I've known for a number of years. Shared the floor with this guy for a number of years. Been very, very impressed still to this day. You may have seen him on So You Think You Can Dance. You may have heard about him and dare I say, legendary crew, Dragon House. Dare I say legendary?
That's nice.
That's nice of you. We have Cyrus Glitch Spencer in the lab, man. Thank you very much for coming
What's up,
through,
bro?
brother. Man,
Thanks for having me,
this
man.
is a long time coming, man, because I feel like as long as I've known you, I think the many conversations we've had, there's still like a lot of stuff that that I don't know about your come up that I know that a lot of our listeners slash watchers slash fans of you would like to know, man. So let's start there.
Okay.
Let's go back to
Okay.
the beginning, like when before Cyrus was masterful at animation and robot and that. What got you into dance, brother?
Honestly, it was my brothers.
Uh,
Well, it was all right. Look, it was a combination. It was a combination of things.
okay.
When I was 8, I saw Michael. Everybody seen Michael, right?
Right.
I saw Michael. I was like, "Oh, that's cool."
Right.
I was like, "Mama, that's cool."
Right.
Right? And she was like, "Oh, boy, that ain't nothing." It's my mama. Boy, that ain't nothing. Show me the wave, and I was like,
Your mom?
my mom. And I'm like, what just happened, bro? You know, as an 8-year-old, you see your mom do the wave. It's literally like watching your mom do a backflip or something. It was like, it was crazy to me. It was crazy. I was like, oh my goodness. Like, okay. Hold on. So then I was like, all right, that's tight. Left it alone.
Right.
Didn't even touch it. Like, I left it alone.
Right.
When I was 10, I started playing sports. And like, looked up to my brothers, of course. They play basketball. So I just wanted to be like them. I started hooping and everything. And then like music always was there, and I was just like, hey, and I did party dance. I'm from Atlanta, so if you live in Atlanta and you grow up in Atlanta, party dances was the wave. Like, and you were social, I should say. Like, I don't know, some people just missed it, but for sure, it's hard to miss in Atlanta,
especially in Atlanta, man.
In Atlanta, growing up in Atlanta, it's hard to not have dance in your life because you're always like at parties or always at events and stuff like that, school dances, all that. Like you were forced to dance, and we had enough of our own original dances to do it at parties, so it was a culture thing. You know?
Right.
Shouts out to Migos.
Now, also with that though, Cyrus, and I'm curious about this too. Actually, is that there's such a scene in Atlanta of dance, right? Not just the social dances. I mean, there's so many party dances that are come out of Atlanta, right? But also, like, as far as choreography and also the freestyle culture too, man. But so where did that? Because listen, I'm from like I'm from the neighbor state over, right? And there's not that much of a dance scene there, especially for the freestyle culture right now. You know, I'm from Alabama, so it's like, for me to learn freestyle, I had to learn it from TV. Like, and there were not that many, and by not that many, there weren't any events that I could go to and see the likes of Poppin' Pete and Wiggles and Boom and Boom and Boom. So how did that culture kind of seep into Atlanta? And
you know what? That's okay. So that's the weird part of my dance, like come up, I guess. Okay, so when I was 16, I really started, like, I found Turbo. I found Boogaloo Shrimp. My brother showed me breaking. If you haven't seen it, you're tripping. You're tripping. You need to go see breaking if you haven't seen it. But I saw breaking, and it was like, okay, I wanna do that because that's way cooler than what I seen Michael do. No offense, Mike. No offense to anyone who loved Michael. Like, no offense, but when you see Turbo, it's just another level of dancing. It's a whole nother thing. Like, it's not just a show. It's not just a performance. It's like, it's a whole nother, like, struggle of internal learning movement within your own body. And I'm like, what is this guy doing? He told the story.
Yeah.
So I just did that. I just imitated him until I was about 20.
Really?
Bro, it was crazy because, like, the people I battled were like just people at those school dances and at those parties. I didn't go to my first like jam or comp until I was 21. Actually, yeah, it was a week before my 21st birthday.
Wow.
It was a week
really?
before. Yeah. Like, it was crazy. Actually, it was the weekend of my 21st birthday. That was my second comp. It was like all in 1 week. I went to my first 2 comps within that week. And I got in a club, like a 21 and up club, like 5 days before. And okay, growing up, I was never like I don't need to sneak into no spot. If I'm not old enough to go, I just won't go. Like, I'll go somewhere else where I'm old enough to go so I can make sure I have a good time. Bro, I'm in this spot. I didn't sneak in. They let me in. They're like, oh, 4 days, okay. Shouts out to where that was. Can't say it. 'Cause that was illegal. But it was dope because it was a chill, super chill spot, and people just danced. So I think that's why they was like, oh, and it's 4 days, bro. You good? Come on in, like.
Right.
But man, like, that was epic week because my life went from just, like you said, watching videos and watching these people on the internet. I used to go to Montgomery every weekend.
What?
My uncle had a church there. Bro, I used to go to Montgomery every weekend, bro.
That's okay.
To go to church.
I'm from Montgomery. That's my home.
I used to go.
What church?
North Point Church of Christ. It is what it was. Now it's like Southside. He got another one.
Okay.
He got a new one. But I know the extent of dance in Alabama. It's nothing there, bro. But also I'm gonna tell you this, because of that, it allows you to shine.
Yeah.
It allows you to shine, and allows people to see, like, oh wow, there is talent everywhere. Because I went to Troy University for this basketball church thing. Bro, I was out there cooking. Bah, bah, boop, bah. Listen, it was fun. But the best part about it is I was dancing then.
Right.
So I was hooping and dancing. Like, okay, we took an L. We lost.
Right.
We lost.
But you were blowing minds, though.
But then on the flip side, they were like, what is this kid?
Yep.
No. That's what you should be doing. That's crazy. And I just remember I'm outside of the dorms, and the crowd, it was a church event, by the way, but the crowd that formed, it was people looking out the windows of the dorm. Like, they was like,
that's crazy.
It was crazy. So
that's crazy.
I have my Alabama experience for sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, at this time, were you dancing the way that you do, or better yet, practicing, like kind of forming the base of the way that you dance now, or were you kind of doing everything where you just like? Because I remember when I first started, I did literally every move that I could think of. Right? Like, I mean, because again, I didn't really. No. I think coming from like a small town where dance might not be the mecca, for me, I kind of took it as like whatever style I learned, I just kind of incorporated it into my freestyle. So like I do like some like whack waves and like horrible usher glides into like a toe touch and like pirouette, and then like, you know what I mean? It's just like everybody had the usher glide, but did not have the usher chain, but had the usher glides.
Who didn't have the usher chain?
I didn't have the usher glide.
Had that.
No, bro, no.
It wasn't the usher chain, but it was a good second choice.
You know, so is that, yeah. So how were you dancing then when you first started?
Honestly, it's so crazy because even when I go back and look, it just looks like the beginning stages of what I do now. It's very, like, I feel like now, like, my style is of course is very mechanical, but it's so swaggy, like it's so cultured.
Absolutely.
Like it's so party. It's so party still, you know. And I'm a lyrical dancer in a sense because I'm dancing to all the words and the beat. Right. Like I'm showing you the music, I'm showing you the song. So I feel like that hasn't changed. I just feel like the skill of technique has improved, you know. But it definitely looks. I mean, it looks different for sure, but I just remember, like, when I started, it wasn't like I wanted to do I knew exactly what I wanted to do. Right. Like, I was like, no, I want to look like that because that looks dope to me. Right, okay. But I also like my party dances. So I'm going to keep doing those. I'm going to do them both together. You know, actually, you know what? I'm going to give you, because I remember just watching and I'm like, how do you make music come to life? Like, how do you make people understand what you're doing? You show them the words. Like, because people can hear words, and it's like, oh, okay, yeah, I listen to the words, I understand it. But then, like, you show them to them, and they're like, oh. Like, you're building you're building words in front of people with your body, to me. Right. And, like, it just, man, listen, dance is a rabbit hole because you constantly go over and go over and go over and go back in and go back in and go back in and like to figure out how can I make this better? How can I make this better? How can I make this better? How do I blow somebody's mind? How many times can I make a box? How many times can I show you a box? Like how many boxes are there to be made? Like, it's a rabbit hole, bro, but it's like it's a good one.
Absolutely.
It's a good one, man, because it makes you to be more creative and it pushes you to be excellent at different things in life.
And then who amongst your peers at this point in time, had you heard of Chibi and like all the other guys from Dragon House at this point in time, or did that come much later? During this time, were you really the only one? Because the reason I asked this too is like, of course I studied breaking every weekend, but like breaking did not lead me to any tut study at all, any tutting study or anything. Like it was just glides and all that. But the level at which you are right now, and I've also seen old tapes of you too. What you were building on then, like where did all that come from?
Man, you want to know what? Like the internet is dope because I don't know. Now I'm feeling old, but because before YouTube was YouTube, before it was, I mean, anybody can go viral now, I feel. Like 1 million views isn't that craziest numbers now. But I'm talking, dude, I used to watch battles of Salah, J Smooth, Frantic, Chad. Like, dude, I used to watch these guys battle. And that's all I wanted to do was battle. I mean, it's that mentality. Like, it is really a street mentality to battle. Like, it's like, no, bro, like, I want to battle. I'm a competitor. I'm an athlete. Like, it's always, like, competition's in our nature. So it was always that. I would just watch them do crazy. Like, Salah was...
Yo, oh, my God.
Wiggles? Okay, let me tell you this. Wiggles got this one old clip. He looked like... He got this full like khaki outfit and like
with the long braids in the back. Yeah, when he does the moonwalk on the knees all over the floor. Yeah.
But did you see his touch?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So let's start there.
Okay.
How do you make that better?
Right.
You get creative. You figure it out on your own. So that's what it was. You know what I mean? Like it's like things like that. It's like you see something and you're like, oh snap. Like I remember I saw, it's so funny how moves come about. I saw this hat rack, but the hat rack, it was shifting like this. It was one rack, but it shifted in opposition. I was like, something's interesting about that.
Right.
What is it? I don't know. I like the way it's moving.
Right.
That's what it is. I like the way it's moving. How can I do that? And so I made a move up based off of that. It's so weird where you draw like creativity from, you know what I mean? So like, I feel like back then it was like, whatever I saw that was like, remotely that could like spark something for me. It was just it was what it was, and then like it took me a while to figure out like the New Yorkers, like the Flexers, and they had crazy tuts. And then later on, like the Bay got crazy tuts. Like so it's like things that like slowly stacked, and I was like, oh whoa, you know, and I just found my own way in that. You know, I'm not the best tutter in the world. I'm not the best dancer in the world. Like, I'm not the best animation. Like, it's not the case. It's just I do what I do. I think I'm the best Cyrus.
Absolutely, which I think is something to be said too. And I feel like I say this almost. I feel like almost in every interview I've done so far is just speaking towards individuality. You know what I mean? And you kind of you spoke about going viral. A little earlier, it's just I feel like sometimes in the attempts to go viral or get your name out, a lot of people just kind of bite styles, right, and they don't want to. They don't want to, how you just said, be the best version of themselves. If they see like, oh, that person just got 1 million plus views doing this. I can do that too. I can do that too. You know what I mean? And also so I did an interview with Flips, and he said it in a way that it was amazing that people have started taking inspiration and trying to copy the exact blueprint of the inspiration they got. Like, for instance, like I'm looking at a clip of you and you do this move and I'm gonna be like, yo, that's crazy. I can do that exact same move like that. I saw exactly how to do it. So I'm gonna do pretty much the exact same thing, maybe just to a different song, and expect to get 1 million views, rather than just being like, yo, he's doing his thing. Like, and he moves, and that's gonna inspire me to do something unique to myself as well. Like, I feel like that's kind of, it's kind of being lost. You know what I mean? Like, You know?
I agree with you 100%. I think. Oh man, we gonna touch on this subject right now?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
This
absolutely.
Because this was crazy, bro. This was crazy because it's people who are viral who hasn't put the time in that other people has put in, which is crazy to me because when as a dancer and as a professional now, thank God, but watching dance, knowing how much time I put in, I know how much time you put in, bro. Like you are from Alabama.
Right.
You had nothing else to do. You put so much time in, and it's not just frivolous time. It is well spent. I'm working on legs. I'm working on arms. I'm working on grooves. I'm working on this. I'm working on, like, it's specific. Like, oh my goodness. And then you see people blow up and go viral just because it's a wave of dance. Exactly. Like it's a party dance that's a wave, and it's like, cool.
Right.
That's dope.
Right.
That's a party dance.
Right.
Wow. You're gonna go crazy off that, huh? Like, cause these guys done put 15 years in the game. And they got real skill, real technique.
Exactly.
Cause I know a lot of people like, you know, who can do that party dance better.
Exactly.
But you're famous.
Right.
For that. But you didn't create it because you saw somebody else do it just like that, and you did it.
Right.
But you
but that's the way, that is the wave of it all right now too. Yeah. Right. It's just like it's the light count. And listen, I'm gonna play both sides of the fence because I have to at this point.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Same.
Like, and you too, right?
Same.
You have to. So I see that, and respect to those that have built up a following and capitalized on it, but then also have done a good job of like bringing in people that provided the foundation that might not have those views. Like you're using your platform to bring those people in and do like.
It's not a lot of those people.
It's not a lot of those people. My man Wildebeest is doing. I got to say that Will is doing a great job of doing that, man. Ian Eastwood, you're doing that thing too, bro. Absolutely.
Listen, it's guys out there who are doing it. It's doing it right. Like they are catching a wave. They are putting dope dancers on to do it. Right. So it brings acknowledgement to the actual like dancers who are dope and who like, okay, I can kill this because it's just a party dance. Right. Like it's not like, dude, party dances are social dances. Like that's for the world to enjoy. That's for the world to do. That's I can do that.
Right.
And then you do it and you're like, oh yeah, I can do that. It's not like the real choreo where you're like, I can do that. And then you're like,
yeah, exactly.
I can't do that.
Right,
or the specialist where it's like, oh, that's a robot. I can do that. Wait a minute. Nope. Don't look the same. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, but it's social dance. So it is like shouts out to the people like the Wills and the Ians who are fusing both sides of the fence.
Exactly.
You know, that's amazing. You know, but it's like it's taking over. It's taking over the dance culture, which is what sucks, especially because like you got platforms that, boy, you can go viral. You can go viral on platforms like so easy, and it's like that's what people think dance is. This is what dance is now.
Right.
You know, and it's like it's not. It's not.
It's not.
It's not because, like, you look at the AMAs and it's not there. You look at these. You look at. Let's take dance shows. Look at So You Think You Can Dance. It's not there. Look at
when ABDC was on.
ABDC, it wasn't there. You know, there are. Oh man, like I feel like party dances in choreography is like, ding ding. You know what I mean? Like it's like. Right. Like, cause we can still do that too if we need to, but it's not like, it's not the basis of the sets. 100%. It's not the basis of the choreo. You know, it's not the basis of someone's freestyle like that. You know, it's like, it's an add-on.
Absolutely.
It's like, you feel me? It's like saying that when you're talking, like, you feel me?
Exactly.
Because it's a social dance. You feel me?
Right.
You know, so
Absolutely.
it's just so weird how that works. It's so weird how that worked to me because I mean, look, I am a successful dancer, but I am struggling and finding my way in and making videos because I'm like, what do you want to see?
Right.
What do you want to see? Because, and this is also a problem because you get lost in trying to please people and trying to please your fans. Like, I love y'all. Trust me. I love y'all fans. I do. But yo, it's stressful trying to please you guys. It is. It really is, because I want to give y'all the best versions of me. If you're asking for a yesterday version of me, that's not the best version.
Right.
But that's what you want. Just post something, Cyrus. Something is what y'all say. But I'm like, but if I do, it's not that good right now. Like, you know, as an artist, like, I'm like, but I want to give y'all some heat.
Right.
I don't want it to be a party dance. I don't want to do that song because that song is attached to just a party dance.
Right.
I want to do something crazy. So now I have to figure out, like, you know, I'll figure out, okay, you know what? I'm going to do me to that song.
Right.
But then I got to give you party dance because you want to see me do that. You know, it's like, man, it's a game.
Right.
It's a game to be played, you know, and it's...
Which is so ironic too, because I feel like you used to put out so many videos of just you doing you, which also I'm gonna say too, and hopefully this might gain weight to a little bit of a solution for you too, is that like those videos where you weren't worried about that. I don't know when the worry set in, but like the videos when you weren't worried about it, those were the videos that were probably like and those were the ones that were like to help shift the culture. Because here's the truth of the matter, Doc. You've been on a national television show many times. One as a runner, So You Think You Dance, as a runner up, being untrained as far as the technical styles of like ballet and jazz and modern. I don't want to say you're untrained because you trained, right? Yeah. But like, and learning choreography, right? Choreo. So from that though, you also see the branch / subdivision of people that were like, yo, that's amazing. Like what he's doing is amazing. So then you have, kids from Iowa, you know what I mean? Being like, nah, I do animation. Then you have people coming out of the woodwork like Lil Phoenix. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Who previous to this might not have known anything about animation. This is why I see kids in my minis class, in like the little kids class being like, nah, I animate. And then some of them are like, oh, hold on. Oh, wow. Like, that's actually pretty awesome. You know what I mean? So, and while I'm not gonna be like, yo, that was all you, bro. No, you were definitely part of the wave of it, right? And I feel like Mad Chad did an incredible job of like bringing the robot back and making that style really dope to do as far as mainstream goes. But then you were also a branch of that too, because the exposure that you got from So You Think and all of that, it brought it to a whole new audience. But I do understand what you're saying right now, because like that light count can get you. That light count can get you. You know what I mean? Boy. And it's how are you dealing with that now? Or have you just kind of taken a step back from videos and you just kind of training more?
Man, all right. So listen, I love dance, but it's our profession, and sometimes when you do that for so long, you're like, when it's work. I love it. I love dance. It's incredible. But it got to a point, like not too long ago, a few months back, it got to a point where I was like right after the show, I was like, okay,
right.
Something's not right here.
Right.
Something's different right now. Like I can't dance and feel peace. I dance and feel like I'm on a show. Like I'm dancing and I feel like on. Right. And I'm like, that don't normally, that's not how I usually feel for me. It usually like, yo, I'm dancing, I'm chilling. Like dancing is chilling. You know what I'm saying? When people are like, what you doing? I'm chilling.
Yeah.
I'm dancing. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But now it's like, I'm chilling. No, I'm actually chilling. I'm not doing anything right now. I'm sitting here. I'm not dancing. I don't feel like this. My body hurts. And it got to that, and I'm like, all right, what do I need to do? So I started writing a little bit and like poetry, and then I was like, oh wait a minute, this is kind of nice. And like acting has always been there, like low key, just simmering. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna invest my time in some classes and stuff, and then the poetry kind of turned into raps, and then like I'm kind of rapping now a little bit, which is fun, but. Also, like, dance has ignited again. And I'm like, I just text Dizzy. Oh, my God, I have a text right now. I just text Dizzy this morning. I'm like, shooting videos as soon as possible. Tomorrow. So some videos coming for sure, guys. But, like, it's like, I think a lot of it has to do with music, which a lot of people are like, man, there's plenty of good music out there. Is it?
Right.
Is it, though? Like, music to make me want to dance. That's the problem.
You're saying in the mainstream, right?
In the mainstream,
of course.
yeah. It's always gonna be the underground stuff. You know how hard it is to find that.
Of course, yeah.
And I don't like being on YouTube anymore. That's the thing too. I don't like being on the internet like that. I don't like, because whereas back in the day I had nothing to do, so I'm on the internet. I'm searching music. I'm searching the most unknown artists known.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
And it's just like, I don't have the energy for that. I don't have the energy for that. And it's like, but also back in the day, it was good mainstream music. Oh my goodness, Lil Wayne put out a track every week, and it was fire. Yeah. Wayne, come back.
Heyday Wayne.
He put out a track every week, and I could dance to it and feel good. And then in Atlanta, see, I might need to go back to Atlanta, because Atlanta is a culture, and it's so much good music there, bro. It's so, and it's wavy and whatever, but the beats are crazy. Like, it's just
and the talent is raw. And the talent is incredibly raw. So let me ask you this, which I think might be really interesting with the perspective that you've gained now from the experience that you've had from shows and movies and stuff like that. Is there a message that you could go back now and give old Cyrus before the blow up happened, right? Because I feel like and I can relate to what you're saying here, because after so much work, right, your time for just dancing to train and carefree dancing because it feels good and you have no other worries other than like, where's the next spot we getting down, who's bringing the tracks, boom, those kind of things. Like it then starts to become your livelihood, right? So you start to pick and choose what you're going, and so that does become taxing. I get that. So with all of that, is there a message that you think you would give to old Cyrus before all of this happened? To kind of keep your heart on the art and dance, you know, like
I would. Oh man, I got a couple things I tell old Cyrus for sure. I tell him, don't second guess anything you do. Like, for real, like if you want to do anything, do it. Don't second guess it, because somebody else is gonna take that chance, right? I would tell old Cyrus, bro, just, oh man, I feel like I got too many words, man. I feel like I'm about to get him a monologue. Like,
no, it's fine.
I would tell old Cyrus, like you are different because you are different, not because you look different. Like, you are different because you are different, not because you look different. I feel like a big thing for me was being a black animator, mainstream, with a mohawk and gauges was like my niche, like, bro. And it was like, bro, have you seen you dance?
Right.
Because that's what, you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
like,
yes.
So it was like, I think I was caught up on my image, more so worried about it. Like, man, I hope people, like, you know what? It don't matter. Like, you know, I'm like, people gonna like me or hate me. For sure, I'm glad that I had that mentality then, you know? And I'm like, people gonna like me or hate me or whatever. But I'm like, bro, no, a lot of people gonna love you because you're dancing. They're watching you because of your dancing, not because of what you look like.
Right.
So I would just tell myself, like, bro, just stay focused on your dancing. Like, stay focused on your dancing.
Absolutely.
Like stay focused on what you love. And like, if your passion shifts, shift with it. Change with it. If your passion shifts, shift with it. Because there's been times where, like, as I'm dancing, I'm like, I think I wanna make beats. Right. And I think I want to just make my own beats, because, like, I want to dance to my own stuff. Like, I want to dance to what I hear.
Right.
When you don't have music and somebody tell you to dance, you make it in your head.
Right.
I want to dance to that all the time. It's dope. You know, like, for me, like, I feel like that's dope. When you hear, when you doing all that, now put it on a track and get some real tunes and some real sounds. Like, that's what's dope. I want to do that. Nah, that's not your specialty. You need to stick to dancing. It's what I would do.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, no, actually go make your own track.
Right.
Go do it. Like, anything you want to do, go do it. Like, for sure. That's what I would tell old Cyrus. Because there was a barrier for me. I think everybody sets invisible barriers, unknown, unconscious barriers for themselves. They'll be like, I'm going to be the best me I can be. But I'm going to dance. But I'm going to keep dancing because, look, because I'm successful in it and it's making money and I'm living off of it. So, like, but it's like, but is that what you want to? Is that what you want to do right now? Is that really where you are? Like, if it is, that's cool. That's G. But, like, let's take you for example. You were like, I'm gonna dance because I love dance. I'm gonna act because I like acting. I'm gonna host because it's fun. And then like it was like, but you dance because it's fun. But also I feel like there was a shift of your body itself telling you, hey, bro. I don't know if dance is gonna be the thing you end on.
Absolutely.
Hey, bro.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? But then at the same time, your mind was already there.
Right.
That's what's crazy about dancers, because not all of us. Oh my goodness, not all of us. A lot of us are smart.
Right.
A lot of us already know what we want to do next. We're afraid to do it because we. Dang, it makes sense because we put so much time in our art. We put so much time in it. And so when we think, at least for me, I don't know, that's why I said not all of us. For me, I'm like, to be an actor, it takes everything I put in dance to be an actor. I don't have enough time in the world.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's how it feels.
Right.
So then that's that invisible barrier right there. We already created it. We're like, I don't have that much time. The time I put in this, I don't have that much time to put in that. I want to be good at it, but
exactly.
You know, I'm gonna just keep dancing.
Yeah.
That's the barrier.
Right.
And it's like, man, Cyrus, don't create those for yourself. Like dancers, people, artists. It don't matter what art you do. Don't create those barriers. If you want to dib and dab and everything, like do it. Do it. Do it. Like do it. If you want to make music, if you want to act, if you want to sing, if you want to write, if you want to do poetry, if you want to write a book, if you want to be an author, like do whatever you want to do. But oh man, okay, I was talking to my uncle. This is really quick. And I'm like, I told him because he was just talking to me, and I was telling him about my whole dance and how I've been feeling about it, and I love it, but it's a love-hate. It's a love-hate, like most artists have with their craft. And I was like, you know what's crazy though? It's like when I see people, all I know is like, he was like, what do you want people to know? And I said, if it's your passion, do something about it. If it's your passion, do something about it. And I'm gonna like I told him that. He was like, those are powerful words. I'm like, because they mean everything in the world to me. Like those were if it's your passion, do something about it. So many people are like, oh, I want to be a dancer, but is it your passion? Do you want to do it because it's cool? Do you want to do it because you look cool? Like, do you want to do it for the surface satisfaction?
Right.
Versus for me. I'm sorry, I talked for a long time.
Nah, bro, go. No, this is it. But this is what this is for.
You know what I'm saying?
It's so we don't have to talk in sound bites.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
But like, I'm just like, bro, when I dance, I'm literally like, I'm meditating. I am meditating, bro. When I'm dancing, I'm like, it don't matter what the music is. It don't matter. It never matters what the music is to me.
Right.
It doesn't, because I'm meditating. So if it's a like Cardi B, like, I'm gonna give you that Cardi B feel, but it's still meditation for me.
Right.
Like, I enjoy making people happy. It's a underlining of my being that I found the core of. Is like, what drives your dance? Making people happy.
Exactly, and it's something that you and I think it's really important to speak. And I'm gonna jump in and say this real quick too, because it's like this is a message that I've been getting continuously throughout the last couple of days too. Is that it's something that's like that we love to do, that is also great for not just us but like all of humanity.
Come on,
do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Like, and I'm not saying that like in like, oh, we're so dope, like all of humanity. But no, like it's something that makes us happy, that also genuinely, naturally makes people smile for even just a couple of minutes. And something that was beautifully put. Wade Robson was here this past week teaching class, and the message he gave was that we are not the author of our desires. Meaning, we might get that inkling, like you were talking about, like, man, I want to make beats, and it might be like something that's on your heart, like, whoa, like, man, I really want to make beats, like, that's crazy, and that sometimes the universe just kind of baits you into moving, right? Into moving in that direction. So that doesn't mean that you're gonna be the next Teddy Riley, the next Metro Boomin, that might bring you to the studio. That might bring you to the studio. That might bring you to the Guitar Center, looking at the drum machine, and you might meet a person there where either one of you needed that meeting right there to change. Like, do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it's
now you okay. Cause now you, all right. Now you talking about God work.
You know what I mean? Like, hey, listen,
now you talking about God work.
Which I feel like is and listen to the listeners, the watchers, whatever you call it, source, God, love, whatever. But it is. It's to me that's what dance was, because by no means from Montgomery, Alabama, statistically was I supposed to be where I am right now, right? Through way of dance, right? And
same, bro.
Knowing I wanted to dance, and my family didn't really know anything about it, right? It was still just the movement forward that kind of
they knew it. It's on TV.
Yeah,
that's it.
Exactly.
All right, listen. I didn't. Oh my gosh, this is so weird because even as an adult, I was a young adult. I still didn't know when I was 18, 19, 20. I still did not know you could live off of dancing.
Right.
I didn't know it was a real career. Choice is the words I'm going for. I could dance.
Right.
And then once I found out, I was like, oh, let's get good.
Right.
Let's get real good. Because I am genuinely happy when I dance. I can't say happy. I am genuinely expressing my emotions and feelings when I dance, which is therapeutic, which is why I love it so much. It's my meditation. It's something I can do to get the stress out in life, to show how excited I am, to show how sad I am, to show how angry I am. It's so weird too when you meet people, because some people are like, oh man, yo, life is crazy. Some people are just why? Do you like everybody in your business? And we're often like, no, I don't want anyone in my business. I literally don't. I don't. People don't see me because I'm in my own business. But then when I dance, I feel like I tell all my business.
Of course.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It's one of them things where it's kinda.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's it works that way because it's my passion.
Absolutely.
And I'm doing something about it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So, I don't know. Just for everyone, for viewers and fans, for everyone, no matter what it is, if it is your passion, do something about it. Don't sit and wait for it to happen on its own, because it won't. Trust me, it won't. Nothing just happens on its own. All the YouTubers, dude, they put in hours and hours. That's why I gotta give people respect. This, even this. This takes so much. You gotta get sound, you gotta get camera, you gotta get the mics rocking, you gotta get the studio space time.
Of course.
And for them, it's just they just chilling, sitting, doing a vlog. No,
right.
It takes time, and so when people put up content like that, that's why I'm so blessed to know this side of it, to be yo, y'all putting in work, you deserve it. You deserve it. You're putting in so much work.
Exactly.
Whereas back in the day,
right,
click,
absolutely,
post.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's not that anymore.
And then also just realizing that sometimes that work just helps you carve the way. It helps you carve the way for people that are taking from your inspiration and helping to provide a path for them, right? You know what I mean? Like you have your Chads, your Bop and Andres.
Oh my
right?
God! Shout out to Bop and Andre and
your flat tops. Where they might not be getting millions and millions, and not Chad. Chad is doing his thing on the views for sure. But his predecessors, right? They might not have been getting the million, but they sparked the mind to start to carve that path for the likes of you guys, the next generation of you guys.
Listen, if y'all don't know Bob and Andre and Flat Top, and you say you do animation, you need to do some research and do some homework, and because it's so crazy how long it took me to even figure out who they were. To me,
talk about that process for because when did you find?
Dude, literally, like I said, I was a YouTube watcher. I was on that joint all day,
right,
every day,
right,
training,
right.
And it's literally any clip of Shrimp I found, I was like, wow. Any clip of Salah I found, I was like, wow. Chad was a later clip. I honestly, I don't even think I didn't start watching Chad battles until after I seen like 4 of Chad just videos. He had his shirt off, dancing on a beach. I was like dancing to Chromeo, and I was like, yeah, dude, this dude looks fake. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Who is he? That is incredible.
Right.
Who is this guy?
Right.
And then I was like, you know what? He probably don't even battle. He's too good to battle. And then, sure enough, that boy battled.
Absolutely.
And I was like, oh my God, he can do windmills.
He can do windmills, yeah.
Shout out to Chad, bro. Shout out to Chad. Man, and so, but like I saw Chad, and then it would just be, I think it was like off of watching battles, I saw like a dude that like so-and-so just, and I was like, who? And it was like, I think the first one was Flat Top. No, it was Bob and Andre. Because he did the fat.
Right.
Oh, man. Or is that Flat?
I think they both do it, but I mean, yeah, if you're talking about, I think you're talking about Bob and Andre.
I think it was Bob and Andre, bro. And I was like, he just.
Speed control is crazy.
He just altered the reality of what I was like. Is he cheating? Is he cheating, bro? I watched this clip so many times. Bro. I like, is he cheating? He cheating. How did he cheating? Wait a minute. I watched it so many times, and this is before you could. Okay, this is before apps made you look cool musically.
Whoa. Okay.
I'ma just.
Yeah. Okay.
And Musically is an amazing app. Shouts out to Musically. You're a great app. You're making dancers. You're making people who don't dance look like they're doing what we do,
right?
But we've put in time.
Now, let me just expand on that for a second for those that don't know, because I know what you're talking about, but like just expand on that. How does that app make people look like? So how?
You record
right
in slow time,
right,
and you move at whichever speed you want. So what it does is makes all your moves crispy and fast. So everything looks like it looks like animation.
Right.
And then you see that person from Musically dance, and it don't look like they're Musically, and you're confused. It's an app, guys. It's just like the photo apps.
Right.
Women know about turning your hips in a little bit, and I got put on game on that like this past year. I had no idea.
I did not know that.
Like I knew about, everybody know about photo editing, take some blemishes away and like we know about that. That's basic editing. Bro, they curving themselves. They making it way smaller. People are lying out here. It's crazy. It's crazy. But guess what? It takes away from the people that put in that time to look like that for real. That's what I'm saying. There's a very thick layer to me of what you said. It's the inspiration. It's the copying. I'm gonna do that, exactly that right there, just like they did it. Versus that's inspiring me to go to the gym and work out. Right.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course.
Like it's a very thick layer of that. I'm gonna do exactly what they just did. That right there, exactly. It's like, no. Like, okay, we get it, guys. It's 2017, almost 18. Like, imitation is a form of flattery. Blah, 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 blah. Stop it.
Right.
Stop
I got
it.
you. Yeah.
Do your own thing. Allow me to inspire you to do your own thing. Because that's what I'm doing. I got here by trying to be me. You're going to get further in your career by trying to be you than trying to be someone else.
Which is really, and honestly, that you could not be, that's the truth. That is the truth of the matter. And then what I want to know, though, too, is with that, when did you start finding like-minded individuals within your area, right? Because again, painting the picture of being in the South where you might have gotten maybe 1 or 2 events a year. You know what I mean? When did you start finding, Blueprint and all those guys?
That blueprint like era of Dragon House didn't happen until after the original Dragons.
Got it.
Like.
So when was that? Yeah. Talk
okay,
about
so
about Dragon House and that.
Okay, so like before Dragon House, I was with like a group of guys from school. Of course, like everybody find buddies who can dance at school. You had one at least. And I had a group of guys at school, like Izzy and Tay, Trevor, all them guys, and we were like a little crew standing up. We were really the neighborhood. Like we lived in the same neighborhood around the same area. And this is like in school and then right after I graduated, because I used to dance with my boy Philan and Corey. But then right after I graduated or whatever, my apartment, it was guys from still in school, you know, we still cool with them. They danced and I just hung out with them. And like I said, when I was 20, turning 21, I went to my first jam, met Chibi, Glide, and Keys at the jam. They were like, bro, where have you been? And I'm like, I'm on the south side. That's me. I'm on the south side. Like, they're like, wait, Yogi? And I only knew Yogi and a certain group of guys because they used to be at the skating ring. Right. Like, that's real, y'all. ATL is real. ATL is really real. That movie is so real, bro. Like, they was at the skating ring. Yeah. And like, we would, like, sometimes, like, you could skate, but then they had the nights where it was a party and you just dance. Yeah. And, Yogi, Chris, Mike Watson, them guys were crazy, bro. They were crazy. They were dope. And so I'm like, yeah, like, I know them. Yeah, like, I know of them. All right. For the most part. And but I'm like, y'all on the south side, whatever. And these guys literally nonstop, Chibi and Glide, like, yo. Wow. It was really Glide. Glide was like, yo, come to the crib because you're dope. Like, come over. Like, you have to train with us. Like, where have you been? I'm like, bro, I spent all my life on the south side. That's where I've been. Ended up going over there that weekend. The rest is history. Literally, the rest is history. I went over there that weekend. I stayed that weekend, which was 11 days straight. I was going to get clothes, coming back. It was 11 days straight, and it was a lot of things happening in my life at that time. Like, so then Glide was like, bro, I remember him telling me, it was like 2 months later because your boy had relationship problems. Okay. And because I was married before. Right. Yeah, and I was getting a divorce at this time, and Glide goes, if you are serious about dance, you can stay with us. And I was like, let's do it. Done. And so me, Glide, Nonstop, Chibi, and our boy Freak Show, who actually named us Dragon House because we used to watch The Last Dragon almost every other day. Yo, that movie's fire, bro. We used to eat ramen noodles and drink Kool-Aid. We used to eat ramen and drink Kool-Aid, bro, and watch The Last Dragon and play Marvel vs. Capcom. That's why I'm nice on the sticks. And dance, bro. That was it. And so Freak Show was like, Chibi, I Glide, Nonstop, they had a 3-man crew called Remote Control. Right. And so we was trying to figure out how to make a 5-man crew. We couldn't do it on Remote Control. They were already signed. Freak Show said, let's make a new crew. Just add us. Let's make a new crew. Just add us. And it was like, what are we going to call it, though? It was Remote Control +2. All the jokes, all the jokes. Remote Control and Friends. Right. And then he was like, Dragons. Dragon House. And then Dragon. He used to do this crazy voice. His voices are crazy. Right. He's like, by the way, his name is Chris Griffin. Like, his real name is
No way.
I promise you, bro. Freak Show. Shouts out to Freak Show. Shouts out to
the real Chris
Griffin. The real Chris Griffin.
Yeah.
But he used to be like, you damn dragon, what's up, boy? Like, he used to do that voice. And it was just so epic. Like, he do such an amazing epic voice. And we used to be like, all right, Dragon House it is. And then, like, Dizzy was part of that first wave of Dragons. Yeah. And then we started, like, we just went to jams and we Dragon House. And people were caught on quick. And, like, Jeremy J.K., like, this dude named Jeremy, he was part of our crew, dude. We had some hitters. We had some OGs, like, old souls in the crew. Right. Because we all didn't know how old Nonstop was, like, how much older he was than us. But he was an OG. He'd been battling forever, bro. Right. But it was crazy for me to see them and then see how they viewed me. Because I saw how I view me. I'm trash. But they thought I was dope, and I thought they was dope. But they was like, we all right. Right. And then we had Chibi the whole time, who is just incredible. Probably the fakest looking human being in the world.
100%.
And it was just, from there we train. And then you got Dragon House. Then you get your second generation, which is the guys we found. Or like with Droid, like, I met Droid because, like, they paid me to come teach them what I know. I used to hold like $20 sessions for an hour. Right. Man, times have changed.
Yeah. The rates have gone up, have they not?
Right.
Them rates have gone
rates
up.
Rates have skyrocketed. Who you think you is, Cyrus? Who you think you are, bro? But no, I found Android. and his crew. They were called Martian Clan. It was like Droid, Copyright, and Blueprint. And then I found Droid, and then I brought my other guys on, Taze, all them guys, and like they brought them on or whatever. And then literally we were trying to make a super crew. We were taking the best dancers in Atlanta, the best freestylers in Atlanta, going, "You're with us."
Yeah.
Or people who we were like, "You're crazy." People won't even know it yet. They can't even see it yet.
Right.
Like that's how I saw Droid. If you don't know Droid, Andre Rucker, go look him up. He crazy. You know? And like he taught Blueprint a few things. He like taught Blueprint how to wave. And then Blueprint is such a sponge. That boy, his improvement rate, I left for a year, came back, and Blueprint was running the city. I was like, what?
Yep.
Because when I did the show, I was running the city. Like I wasn't even able to battle technically. They had me judging. Right. Like, cause I blew up in the battle scene in Atlanta. Like it was like I was battling enough to be like, is Glitch battling? Yes.
Right.
Like I was a headache for people because I had a battle mentality. I'm coming to make you look stupid. Right. Like, what are you doing? Like, I was a dog. I was a dog when it came to battling, bro. Like, I'm like, no, I'm about to make you feel like you don't do this. Right. I want to crush your thing. Like, bro, battles are lit, bro. I love battling. I love battling. I miss it. I miss that more than anything.
Really?
I miss battling more than anything.
Do you think it would start battling again?
Never.
Okay.
I want to, but I don't think it'll happen.
Okay.
It's too much time. It's too much. It's political. It's like everything in the world, bro. It's too many politics with it. It's too many politics with it. When I first came out here, I was battling a bit. I think I entered like 3 or 4 jams. Politics.
All right.
Politics. I was like, oh, I didn't come here for all that.
Especially now that you've done the show, right?
Yeah, come on, man. And it's like, that's really why I wanted to battle, because people see me on the show and I'm like, y'all didn't see nothing.
Right.
Because they didn't.
Right.
They really didn't. Like 30 seconds isn't enough time for me to tell you how dope I am. It's not. Right. I don't care who you are, cool, do all your tricks. I'm not a one trick pony. I'm not a hey, look at me.
Flash in the pan. Like
nah, bro. I'm about to tell this story, build this story, give you that climax, break it down, give you another climax at the end, and make you be like, wait a minute, we want more. Right. That's what I'm about to do.
Gotcha.
I can't do that in 30 seconds.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I was ready to battle. And also people were ready to battle me. Oh, you ain't nothing but Hollywood. You Hollywood. Boy, you don't know me. I'm from Atlanta. Let's get it. Boom. Like, let's get it. Rounds, bro. Yeah. You know? And, I mean, jams. And then it was just wait, why did I lose? Like, why did I just lose that round? Like, everybody here just voted for me. Why did I lose that round? Right. Oh, you. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that show. Oh, y'all in the same crew. I didn't even know that. Because you know what I'm saying? It's so many people here I didn't know. I didn't know about the crews out here. Oh, y'all in the same crew. Oh. Right. Ooh, okay. Oh, and you will look bad if you judge somebody else. Okay. Wow. I never thought of that. Because like in Atlanta, like, nah, just because you're in my crew don't mean you're going to win. Right.
If anything, it means you got to come harder, right? Yeah.
You have to.
I'm judging you harder, actually. Yeah.
Actually, they're up. Like, they are winning because I don't know what they're going to do. I know what you're going to do. Right. So do something different. Right. Prove to me that you deserve to win. Right. That's what a battle is. That's what it is. Prove to me you deserve to win. Prove to me whatever you're doing is better than what they're doing. It don't matter if you're doing one style. That's what I hate about all-style battles. All-style battle don't mean you have to do all styles. It doesn't to me. It's all styles are welcome. So if Chad comes out and does the robot the whole time, if it's better than someone's house and breaking, I'm going to still go with Chad. Right. Like, just because you're doing house and breaking and locking doesn't mean you're doing
it well.
Doesn't mean you're doing it well.
Right.
Doesn't mean you're doing it well.
So let me switch it real quick. So with all the battle mentality, right? Can you talk about your experience on So You Think real quick? Sorry.
Yeah.
Because I remember, and it's gonna be really interesting here too, because the different perspectives. Because I remember when you when the first time that I saw you, and this was in Vegas, and at the Vegas So You Think, at the Vegas So You Think.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Vegas week.
Vegas week, yes. But I remember Lil C, who I believe was one of the judges in Atlanta, correct? I believe, yeah, he was. Lil C was a judge in Atlanta. I remember him saying like, "Yo, there was this dude that danced to, I think it was like a a Jets song or something like that. Like it was this old doo-wop song that got this like the dubstep twist to it, and he was like, "Wait till you see this guy!" Like, and you were that guy.
That was me.
Yeah, you.
Wow.
That was you.
Wow.
So how did all of that mentality of like battles and this and that, how did that then translate into the process of auditioning for So You Think, then going to Vegas week and then getting on the show? Can you talk about that for a minute?
Well, one, when I battle, I perform. So I feel like anytime I'm dancing, I am gonna perform, like, cause it's just natural. Right. Same with you. I feel like because you've battled a lot, and your battles are just like how you dance. Your battle is you dancing. It's a performance, but it's a statement. That being said, we were at a club and we were partying, and my boy Exclusive, shouts out to Exclusive, came to the party. He always also oh man, this dude's so talented. He's so talented, comedian, producer. He's dope. But he was like leaving early. We like, what you leaving early for, bro? Right. We was at Cocktail Cove. Wow. It was on a Sunday. We partying. Yo, never mind. That's a rabbit hole. Anyway. Yeah, so he's like, I'm leaving early. And we like, why? He like, I'm auditioning for So You Think You Dance. And we're like, what? Ain't that dance show like Chibi did? Or like, and they were like, yeah. So Glide like, nah, I'm not doing it. Keith's like, nah, I'm not doing it. And Chibi, of course, is like, nah, I'm good. That's not for me.
Because you'd already been on it, too. Yeah.
Right. And so it was like me, Droid, Boris, it's top notch. We were like, I want to go. Like, bam. We was like, who riding with you? He was like, nobody, da-da-da-da-da. He was like, I'm about to, go make sure my music good, and then, I'm going to go in the morning. Because our mentality of the show is probably what everybody else's is. Like, your solo is your audition. No, not the case. Right. You have to go through so many rounds of proving yourself before you get to prove yourself. Right. Like, you got to go through rounds of, look at me, look at me, look at me, with other people dancing while they're dancing. And then you might get your chance to show us what you do.
By yourself. Right.
So yeah, it was rounds of that. We didn't know. So we went home, got our music. He said we can ride with him. We was like, bet. We go home. I think we left the club at like midnight or like 11:45, something crazy. We go, like, and we just got there, so weird. We go, get our music ready. We up till like 3. We know we got to be there at 6, so we don't sleep. We take a 2-hour power nap. We go, and we wait in line. We go through the first day, and it's nuts. It's like, I think we got there at 6. We left at like 4. And we were like, cool. We made it to the next day. So now we know, because we already had our solos, music ready. We was like, bro, I got my music. So now we're like, oh, okay. Now we get to do our solos. They tell you which day you come back, do your solo. Right. Man, we go and do our solo, and that day was so long because they don't tell you what time. Right. They just say, on this day. We go back at 6 a.m. We do our solo. If I'm not mistaken, it was 11 o'clock at night. We waited all day. We were the last people to do our solos. We were in the last group. So for me, it was torture because I'm watching things I've never seen in person. Right. I'm watching tap, ballet, jazz, contemporary, fusion, African jazz, like all these hip hop choreo. Like, I'm like, oh, I can't do that. Right. Oh, I don't know about that one. Oh, he can do a full split. That's a grown man doing a full split. What? Right. Is more than one of them? Right. Oh my gosh. He's turning so many times I've never turned in my life. Right. I've never turned around that many times in my life. All I know is the 360. I don't even, my God. So I'm watching all of these things, like, and then like me and my crew is just like, man, let's just go do us. Let's just do us. You know what? We can't do that. That's not what we're here to do. We're here to do us. Right. And we took that mentality on stage, and we all went, and we all blacked out. We all was like, you remember what you did? And it was like, fell off stage. That's all I remember. I was like, I fell off stage. And it was like, nah, bro, you ain't fall. Like, you did this thing, and you, like, mimed over, and then came down. And I was like, was it cool? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's all you want to know. That's all you want to know, bro. Because that song was like 5 minutes. I don't know if anybody, like, yo, they cut a lot of it up, but it was still, like, one of the longest aired solos.
Right. Yeah.
And it was like 5 minutes, bro. I danced the entire track.
Right.
And I was winded.
Right.
Bro. But that was crazy. So then it was like, Vegas week, and we go, and now it's real. It's even more real than what it was, because now we got to do choreo. It's not just doing solo. So I was.
And you haven't done choreography at this point, right?
No.
Right.
I went to a class. It was Jeremy Strong's.
Shout out Jeremy Strong. He's
Shout out
killing
Jeremy
it right
Strong.
now, by the way.
Yeah, dancing on Jason and everything. I went to Jeremy Strong class because of Dizzy. Dizzy told me, like, and Jasmine, they told me, like, oh, why don't you just go there? Like, it'll be fine. Jasmine was helping me stretch at the time. Like, she was helping me stretch my feet and stuff. Like, you're going to need to know this. You're going to need, like, she taught me, like, little things a little bit. But we didn't have much time. No more.
Right.
It was already too late. So it was already too late. You don't get good in a week or in a month, guys. Like, it just does not happen. But yeah, I went to his class and I was like, nope. Not this. What is this? It's not what I'm doing. I don't even know if that's what I want to do.
Right.
So then did the show, and I'm just like, all right, guys, we here. Like, let's just do it.
All right.
Let's just do it. Let's put in all our efforts and let's go. And as the rounds progressed, I made new friends because my boys left round one. They left you in Comforts coming out with that.
We did Bombs Over Baghdad. We did something from Atlanta.
Yeah, y'all did. Y'all did. It was like cranking. It was low key cranking.
Yeah.
We call that cranking.
Right.
And it was low key. Sorry, it was low key cranking. So it wasn't high key cranking. So it was low key hard. It was high key hard, low key cranking.
Got it.
So we was oh, boom, five, boom, five.
Okay,
boom,
got
boom,
it. Yeah, right.
What?
It was extra. It was fast.
Oh, which one we used to? We like.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
We cool, but then we not cool.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we good. We not good. So then it was just like that happened. So then I had to make new friends real fast.
Yeah.
And then it was just people like Aaron Turner.
Yep.
Who helped me. Like, bro, he was like, bro, you got something special, bro. He was like, I'm sorry to say this. And this, he tells himself, I'm sorry to say this, but like, that's why your boys went home. Because they don't, it's something special about you, bro. Like, for real. Not like my G. No, listen. Like, that's how you talk. It's so funny. No, my G. If y'all don't know Aaron, go look at Aaron. He's an amazing tapper. Also, runner-up for season 10.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yep. Season 10. Yeah.
Bro, you got something special, bro. Like, no, seriously. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to help you. If you have a question with anything, let me know, bro. No, I'm serious. That's how he would talk to me. He was talking to me. And then Tiffany, oh, sweet Tiffany, she was like, Cyrus, I can help. Like, this is what a barrel turn is. I didn't know what a barrel turn was, bro.
Right.
I'm 22 years old.
Sure.
And I don't know what a barrel turn is.
Sure. Right.
Like, that was the extent of my dance knowledge. Like, people don't understand that. Like, they don't understand how it feels to really be in the dark, but be the light.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But which takes an incredible amount of strength, though, because in that, though, again, I'm going to say from my perspective, like, we knew how lost you were. Like, we knew.
Yeah.
But there was still you still had this energy about you. Like, no, we knew. We all knew. Nigel saw it. Like, Jeff saw it. Jeff's
the GOAT.
But we knew. But you still had an energy about you. It was just like, yo, we want this guy to succeed. Like, it was just, and that's what a lot of the times that's what it takes. That's what you've seen.
If it's
and
your passion, you're doing something about it. Then
exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I'm doing something about it. I'm like, you know what? If I really want this, I got to do something about it. So it's my passion. I'm doing something about it.
Right.
Why would I go into this with a negative mentality? I'm not gonna do that.
Right.
I was like, we don't do this. We know that. We're not gonna not be realistic. You know what I'm saying? Like here's the thing. I'm not being negative. I'm being realistic. We don't do this.
Right.
Are we gonna give it our all? Absolutely.
Right.
Exactly. Too easy. Are we gonna go hard? Absolutely.
Right.
Are we gonna try our best? Duh.
Right.
But do we do this? No, we don't.
Right.
So it's like, yeah, you can be realistic with yourself, but also you got to keep in mind, like, bro, if this is what you want to do, you got to put it, you got to maximize your effort. You got to wring that towel dry.
Right.
You got to wring that towel dry. And so that's what I was doing. I was like, you know what? They're progressing me. They're progressing me. They're progressing me. I know I sucked. In a lot of them rounds. You know what's funny is my best round, one of my best rounds, because I think Broadway was my best because it was so fun.
Broadway's fun.
But I don't think I completely died in that ballroom. But then again, I had church shoes on.
Yep.
So listen, guys, when you from the hood and someone say, bring your dress shoes for a ballroom, make sure you bring your dress shoes. Bet. Boy, I brought my church shoes, not even my wingtips. I brought the old goofy boats. You remember them boat shoes your mom used to get you? I brought the boats because, like, one didn't have, oh my goodness. I had no idea. And then I was like, I'm going to just bring the ones I don't wear because if I'm going to be dancing in them, I'm not going to bring my good church shoes. You're crazy.
Right.
Boy, I brought my boats, had a brown V-neck on and some jeans.
Yep.
Yeah, I should have gotten sent home that round. That's why they was like, yo, dance for your life because you don't even see how you look right now. Boy, you look crazy. You got on boats. I was a little yachty before a little yachty.
But obviously it worked though, man. Like it worked. You got on the show. Down the runner up, man. Like that's something to be said, man. It's something to loop back around again about, if it's your passion, you got to do something about it, regardless of what's in front of you, regardless of what you think the final destination is going to be or whatever. Like you exercise your passions in the moment, and like look where you are now, man. It took you right to the end of the show, right? I mean, learned various styles, notoriety. And listen, I'm not saying that the things that I'm about to say, the accolades I'm about to say, is everything and the end all be all. But I'm just saying it's like incredible validation about acting on your passions, right? Like you go right down to the end of the show. We did Step Up All In together.
We did,
right?
Bro.
Do you know what I mean?
Fun.
Like you then have I remember when you came on Ellen because there's a little dude who's like, I love Cyrus. So now you're on daytime television because again you just acted on your passions and it's like, yo, this is what I do and I'm gonna stay true to myself, and that's dope. And I could not be more proud of you, dog. It's crazy. It's awesome because it's like I feel like this is this conversation that we've had in this condensed amount of time right now is something we've had in like fragments. Like we've talked about this,
because
like
it's so crazy how much you're in my life, but not.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because like we have the same management.
Right.
But
shout out Nelson Diaz.
Shout out Nelson Diaz.
Yeah.
He's the GOAT.
Yeah.
But besides that, like I remember you pulling me to the side. You pulled me to the side, S1E12 was like, bro, keep going hard. Like, I'm so proud of you. Like, keep killing it. I'm not getting emotional. What was that?
No.
What was that? It was crazy. Whoa.
Yeah.
No, it was just dope to me because I'm like, yo, this dude is highly respected here. You know what I mean? And this is outside of me really seeing you dance. You know what I mean? I haven't really seen you go off. Like, I'm looking at you just as a simple mentor, like a big brother. And I'm like you always had words of encouragement or enlightenment, like to guide me. And I'm just like listening and I'm like, okay, cool. Like, all right, okay. And I'm just taking what you say in accountability.
There we go.
Words.
Got him.
Oh my gosh. But then it was just like, it was something else. It was like, we did a couple jobs together, like, and it was just when you would be like you said, fragments of this, and it'd just be like, you're on the right path. And you'd be like, you doing well. You're doing great. Bro, you want to know how old I was when I got to that? Like, to that part of my life? Like, you want to know how old I was when I got to that part of my life? And you just remind me of that. And I don't know why, but it was so comforting because there's a lot of pressure in when am I going to get this done? And do I have enough time? Will I get this done while I'm young? Like, will I get to that level of success I want to be at while I'm young? Or am I going to be old? Or is it not going to come?
Right.
Like, it's so much pressure to that. And you just constantly reassure me, like, it's going to happen when it's supposed to happen.
Exactly.
I don't know if you know that. I don't think you know that. But that's what you did. And it was just like, what's wrong with you? You good?
Yeah.
Like, bro, you're good. And I'm like, am I?
Right.
Like, am I okay right now? Because I haven't danced in like 3 weeks and I feel like I should be doing something somewhere. And you're like, relax.
Yeah.
Relax, bro.
It takes time.
It takes time.
Yeah.
And I think that's something people need to know.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you like do something about your passion, but bro, it's not gonna happen tomorrow.
All right.
You don't just wake up and be like,
yeah,
I'm on Ellen today. Like, what? No. It takes a lot of years of being Steven Twitch boss to be like, okay, now I wake up and I'm on Ellen. You know what I'm saying? Like, it takes time, bro. Everything because like your journey has built you up to do that. It's not like when you started dancing, you never thought like, I'm gonna be hosting Ellen one day. Never.
Right.
You never thought that.
Right.
I know that.
Right.
Because you're black from Alabama.
Right.
I know that. I know that. I never thought I'm gonna be dancing for myself.
Right. All day. Every day.
And making money.
Right.
Enough to buy a Camaro.
Right.
Have an apartment.
Right.
Like pay my own bills.
Right. Exactly.
What?
Exactly.
No, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. It takes time, and that's what you have given me just from your mentorship, your big brotherhood to me. Like, you know, that's why I consider you family because I'm like, every time I talk to this guy, it's not like, how you been? Like even this, it's not like, how you been? Like what's new in the dance world for you? No, you're like, how you been?
Right.
But for the fans, let's tell them about your history of why we here. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, you want to know the well-being of someone. Yeah,
of course. Absolutely, because it matters.
It
matters, and it's just something that, which is, again, why I do this, and I found it so important for you to come here so we can have an in-depth conversation for those that, because, look, it's one thing to have a platform where you have, you know, followers, where you like, you know, your following count or whatever. But then at the same time, like, what are the bits of information that you are giving them in this age of information? Are you giving them like little snacks, or are you giving something that they can, like a meal in which that is like super sustainable?
Teach them how to make the meal.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Come on.
Like, you know what I mean? So that, like, that's what this is. And I appreciate you being here. And also, like, I feel that people needed to also hear the words behind the robot, behind the android. Do you know what I mean? Because a lot of people got love for the movement and love for the personality, but needed to hear a lot more. Do you know what I mean? And with that, like closing out, you know what I mean? There's and then, you got to come back because now that I'm thinking, I'm like, there's so much more I'd like to ask you. But
hey,
like,
man, I'm back whenever, bro.
Where can people find you? Where can they find you?
At Dance 9 Cyrus on every social media platform.
Dance number 9 Cyrus on every single.
Dance DANCE. Use the number 9 and then Cyrus CYRUS on every platform. See, I'm smart enough to do that. I was smart enough to do that. See, guys, I'm getting.
You getting it, bro? You there?
I'm getting a hang of this thing.
Absolutely.
Shouts out to Musically.
Shouts out to Musically.
No, I'm saying that because I have the most followers on my Musically, bro.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
That is. I need to use it more. How's it the app I use the least with the most? Oh my god!
Also, let me say this too. Closing out, start making videos, like, and not because yes, and not the videos that you think like, oh, I have to put. No. Just start when you feel the inkling to dance, dog. I've watched videos of you just like in your room, like the ones that's like not even that well produced at all, where I'm like, man, you know what, Doc? I need to get up and practice right now. This is dope. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like, go to the crib.
Like we still trying to see you move, homie. Don't get caught up in all of this. Like, you still got your loyal following and people that just like that you inspire, that just want to see you for you, not like this huge production of like who you think we want to see you be. Right. Like, we just want to see you be you, Doc.
Thank you,
bro. You know what I mean?
All right, boss.
Thank you for coming to the lab, man.
Thank you, man.
Cyrus, y'all.